Welcome back, guys, to another video of Mark's Fish Care. And in today's video I want to do a quick update on my 55-gallon tank, and I want to talk about some of the things that I will be changing in the next days that are coming up, and just to give you a general idea of all of my fish and everything, how are they doing, their size, and there's a bunch of stuff that you guys didn't see for a while because I didn't do much videos about my 55-gallon tank in a while. And the reason for that is because I was too busy getting rid of my beard algae in my 55-gallon tank, in my 36-gallon tank. So I was didn't have much time to show you guys what's up in my 55-gallon tank. And also my fluval flax saltwater aquarium, there was some other problems I will be talking about in my upcoming videos. So I'm still working on those problems. I'm not gonna say what it is right now, but it's something interesting, and it's something to do with my corals. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, guys, and in general everything is doing good. I want to show you some of the lighting problems that I have. One of my lights, my LEDs that are supposed to work for a long time, they faded out, and I will tell you guys what's wrong with them and what happened in this video. So hope you will enjoy this video like always, and thank you for all the support I'm getting, and it's a lot of fun for me to do these videos for you guys. So have a good day, and I will see you at in my fish room. Okay guys, finally I'm back to my 55-gallon tank. Like you already know, and probably waiting to see what's going on here. It's been a while because I had some problems with my lights as well, and I didn't fix them yet, but as you see I have a temporary solution over here. This is my old light from my 36 Aquarium bow front tank, which I of course replaced because it wasn't powerful enough to support the plant growth. But my LEDs on these covers actually doing good on this side, but on this side somehow the water got inside, probably because of the filter always bubbling and water was shooting up into the lights, and that's the reason why I lost my LEDs because of that. So and it's very hard to replace them because they cost a lot, and especially if I'm going to replace the tank pretty soon with a 75-gallon or maybe bigger. I'm not too sure what I'll be getting. Probably most likely 75 because of this stand. I don't really want to spend much more money in buying a bigger stand. This one is rated for 55 to 75-gallon aquarium, so most likely, and it should be big enough for my fish for sure, because as of now you see they're not cramped in here, but I can see that they're starting to get cramped a little bit, and the reason for that is because this tank is the same length as the 75 that I'm planning to get, and the same height, but the width is much bigger in 75. It's like extra 20 gallons in width, so that's a lot of water and a lot of more room for fish to even turn around. And as you see here, my blood parrot came to greet us. He's not skittish, more like he used to, because he was always skittish before when I bought him, and he never even came out when I was that close to the tank. But now he knows I'm feeding him, he knows me much more, and he's just a very, very cool fish to keep. I know that some people are against keeping man-made fish in the aquariums, but in the end of the day, if you look at it, it's already in a fish store, and if to be honest, we don't even know what they're doing with that fish if no one's buying them. So I understand the point. If you won't buy it, then they might not restock on these fish, but they will still maybe they will throw them out or anything. You never know how the fish store deals with the fish that they can't sell, because they don't have the big aquariums to keep these fish for a long time. So it's a very interesting topic, because you don't know for sure what they're doing with the fish, and that's why I love the fish. I like the way he looks, and it's good for him. He has a good home, at least at my fish room. So I'm okay with that. And look how beautiful he is. He's very fun to watch. This guy lives for a long time, to be honest, almost from 5 to 15 years, but still, that's a lot of fish, to be honest, to deal with and to care for. But in general, it's a lot of fun. Also over here I have my silver dollars. Like I told you before, I used to have 4, but one unfortunately passed away like 6 months ago. But these 3 guys are doing good. I feed them some herbivore preparations. I give them some different types of food, of course. They like mysis shrimp a lot, but the other fish don't like the mysis shrimp that much, but they still eat it sometimes. There's my rainbow shark, which you guys probably know from all of my previous videos, that he lived in my planted tank for a long time. But when I bought him at the start, I had a plan for him, so it's not like I just bought him and oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. You guys always want to have a plan for your bigger fish, because eventually it's either you're gonna take them back to the store and you won't know what's gonna happen to them, or you should plan a bigger home for them in the future, like I did. I knew for sure that I'll be getting into a bigger tank, and that's why I bought him, because I wanted him so bad, and I knew that he's not gonna bother any of my fish when he's this little guy. But as soon as he started to get bigger, he started to worry and bother some of my smaller fish, so I knew that it's time to move him. And he's enjoying his home. He has so much more room to swim around, and it's just better for him in general. It's very beautiful fish. Also, on this side of the tank, as you see, I have my other guy over here, the algae eater, which I transferred from my 36-gallon tank as well. And he's doing fine. Okay, at first he didn't get along with shark, and sometimes rainbow shark does chase him around a little bit, but there's only so much I can do. I can't keep him in that tank because that tank has a lot of mollies and everything like that, so I don't really intend to keep him there. It's he has to survive too sometimes, and there's a plenty of hiding places in this tank, so he's not that big enough that he can fit in any of them, so he should be pretty decent. Over here, I have 2 of my angelfish. They're kind of skittish for some reason. I don't know why, but right now they're hiding from me, or they're trying to hide. But this black striped angelfish, this guy is crazy. He is so big now. I bought him probably smaller than the other guy. I bought him smaller than that guy, and look at his size now. He's the biggest guy in the tank right now, but this guy is still the boss. He still chases everybody around if he doesn't like something. He never chases anybody like on purpose, but if someone comes up too close to him, or if he's trying to sift through the sand and find some food and the angelfish comes closer to him, he will chase him around. But the angelfish, the reason I have only 2 in this tank is, first of all, the tank is not that big for so many fish, and third of all, I didn't want to have 3 angelfish, because if I have 2 angelfish, will never pick on each other, because one will be more dominant than the other, and the other one will just be avoiding the other one most likely. But if I would have 3, they would all try to fight for dominance, and one of them would be way more dominant than the other 2, and it will cause a lot of problems and possibly death. So you always want to have at least 2, 4, or 6 to avoid that problem. And plus, this tank is not big enough for so many fish. Like you see, it's still a huge tank. A 55-gallon is the starting point to the bigger tanks, and all of the fish are doing fine, and I'm pretty sure they're doing okay, because I have the AquaClear 110 filter on here. I have a 55-gallon sponge filter rated for 55 gallons, so I mean the filtration is tripled in this tank, and it needs to be tripled, because the big fish, especially the blood parrots, they're very messy fish, and they produce a lot of waste. So you want to be careful as to how much filtration you have in a bigger tank. So when I'll be getting my bigger tank, I will probably be getting into canister filters, because that's the point. 75 gallon is the point where you should get into canister filters, because honestly, to be honest with you guys, in my experience, the 110 filter it's rated way for bigger tanks than 55 gallons, but I think it's just a sweet spot for 55 gallon tank. It's a very good filter for 55 gallon tank, and maybe, just maybe, it would do just fine at the 75 gallon with the sponge as well. But it's always best to have a way bigger filtration than you actually need. And I will be getting into canister filters. Probably, I'm not sure which brand or anything like that just yet, but it's just gonna be save me way more time on maintenance, and it will filter the tank way better. And one more thing that I wanted to talk about is actually two more things. Over here on the bottom, just underneath the rock, if you can probably tell, there's a placo. These guys are doing very phenomenal in this tank. I have 3 clown placos and 1 bristlenose placo. And I always feed them some of the algae pellets or algae tablets. They graze on them. They graze on this driftwood. You have to have a driftwood in your tank. It's a must if you have placos, because most of their diet consists of driftwood. But still, they like to. You should add some like algae wafers or algae tablets for them to feed on. The best guy that I like the most is my bristlenose placo, but I can't see him right now. He's probably hiding somewhere inside this rock or this branch, whatever it is. And he's doing very good. All of them are doing good. No problems, no deaths in the past year, so everything is super nice. So I'm very excited about them. And the other guy is over here. He's hiding behind the ship. That's the other guy I wanted to talk about, is my Gourami. The Gourami is actually one of the fish that is taking the most time to grow for some reason. And he's one of the bigger fish. He's supposed to be pretty big, but he's still quite small. If you look at it that way, that I bought angelfish, I bought bloodfin parrot, I bought silver dollars, were the size of probably the size of little mollies, the silver dollars when I got them. They were so small that it's not even funny how much bigger they are now. But the Gourami is not growing as fast, but that's okay, because he usually stays closer to the top of the tank, so no one bothers him that much. But right now he's just hiding from the camera and he's pretty cool, but he's very peaceful. Like, people say, well, Gouramis, they can be aggressive. Yes, maybe, but not in this tank, because this tank has way more serious fish that are way more aggressive. And even silver dollars, they're not that aggressive, but Gourami never bothers anybody. So I'm pretty happy with this aquarium. And the only thing that I regret that I didn't buy 75 from the start, because think about, guys, how much work I need to do now. I have to take all this sand out, or I have to rescape it, redo it, take out the fish, take this tank off. I need to ask for a friend to help me. It's just gonna be a lot of problems. Then I'll need to get the 75 in, then I'll have to find a home to a 55 gallon, and I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do, if I should just convert this tank into my 36 gallon planted tank. I don't even know what's gonna happen, but changes are coming to my fish room, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And this video was a little bit too long, sorry about that, but I had a lot of stuff to talk about. And thanks again for supporting me, and keep subscribing if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye.